Check it out, we rapping for the Texans. Little bit in Crenshaw Bridge, we flexing. Houston rap style, we bringing the heat. Talking Texas football, nugget compete. Got the best podcast, the loudest in the game. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Remember the name. We talking draft picks, we talking defense. We break it all down, no nonsense. H-Town with the Run Showdown. On the mic, talking Texas football. Every Wednesday night with special guests dropping knowledge, taking the stage. Digging in Crenshaw Briggs, be holding it down in the H-Town, wiping it down. Talking touchdowns in H-Town. Houston culture, we holding it down. Talking news and rumors, keeping it real. No filter, we got the Texans appeal. In the Lone Star City, we're living it up. Talking all things Texas, we can't get enough. From the football field to the concrete jungle, we're repping H-Town. Ain't nothing humble, bitch.
Yo, welcome to the Texan Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your host tonight, Matthew Briggs. Our boy Crenshaw is busy, probably with the fan bam, so much needed time away. With me, I got special guests, but before that, let me introduce you to my main guys. Replacing Crenshaw today, we got our man Keno. What's going on?
What's up, y'all? What's up? Glad to be back.
Man, thanks for coming on. And then always, I got my boy Bo Diggity.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's happening?
And guys, he's one of the very first, big timers, you want to call it, of Houston sports radio and Twitter. They ever come on the show. We got Mr. Figgy Fig, the fam, on the show. What's going on, man?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling, man?
Feeling good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good. Can't complain. I'm over here at Daily Sports Club. It's steak night, so I'm in the building chilling, but, I couldn't miss this podcast, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you haven't been on since we updated the video, so what do you think?
Man, it was hard. Who was that? Was that Crenshaw rapping?
That was all AI, and I'm not talking about Allen Iverson either.
What? Man,
Yeah.
That was hard, man. I'm gonna have to get with y'all on that, man. That was hard. I actually had to get somebody to do my intro for my podcast. So no, that was dope. I couldn't even tell, man. It was dope.
Yeah, we were trying to think because we made it the style of Houston rap, and we were trying to think of who it was, And so we're like Charlie Boy, Justin K, some of those old school guys. So
yeah, no, it was hard. I like that.
All right. Well, guys, let's kick it while we're here. Before we talk Texans, that's NFL. I mean, it's the free agency, chaos everywhere. Before we start talking about the Texans free agency, Figgy, I'll start with you. What team outside of Houston has made a splash during this free agency?
A splash in a good way, or I would say
either way, brother. Either way.
To me, I was actually shocked at Christian Wilkins because I knew he was gonna get paid, but that dude got paid, man. Like to me, if we would have paid that, I would expect him to look like Aaron Donald out there, man. that's a lot of money. I think he good, but man, that's a lot of money, and it don't surprise me that the Raiders are the ones that paid that money, and they might mess around and let him go in a year or two. But that to me, that was the big surprise outside of the Houston Texans. Saquon, it wasn't really a big surprise because we kind of knew he was from PA. He played at Penn State, so I kind of figured he would go there. But another one, I would say Derrick Henry going to Baltimore. That one, as a guy that covered the AFC North, that one a little bit scary. And also Pittsburgh, man, they looking kind of scary too, man. So like you said, it's been a frenzy, man. Free agency been a frenzy.
It's been crazy. Probably the craziest since 2011, I can say. It's wild. So I'm here for it. Bo, what about you? Ask you the same question, man.
I won't say crazy, but I guess out of left field was the Kirk Cousins to Atlanta. I didn't see that coming. I thought Atlanta was going to put all their eggs in the basket for Justin Fields, trade with the Bears, and get that deal done. But for me, I didn't have no recollection, no knowledge, it was no rumors until the day it happened in my eyes. Maybe somebody else saw it, but I didn't see that happening. And also, even the rush to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I didn't see that happening. So that's what I would say.
That was a little crazy, right? Like who knew? So, Keno, what about you, brother? What was your craziest one?
And I will say the Kirk Cousins one, just like Bro said. And also, I said the Christian Wilkins one. Like, that really shocked me. It shocked everybody as far as the payment he got. You know what I'm saying? And we knew Nick wasn't doing that. But, of course, some of the Texas fans, we wanted him. But it is what it is. But that was surprising to me. I believe Christian Wilkins and, what's his name, the other defensive end, Cosby, they're going to be a good little duo on that D-line. So that was a good splash to me.
Yeah, especially with Antonio Pierce, right? I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I got to throw one in there too, man. I mentioned Pittsburgh, but Patrick Queen for that price. And see, this is why it hurts, man. Like a team like Pittsburgh, a historic team like Pittsburgh, they get all the stuff like that, man. They don't never have to pay anybody. They could just grab anybody they want for the right price. So that one kind of hurt a little bit. I wasn't on board with Patrick Queen as a Texan for like 18 mil a year. But man, for that price, I would have been all down for it, man. I would have made it work.
Yeah, I gotta agree with our boy Crenshaw. Really going to the Titans was like, for how much he got paid, I was like, bro, that man just robbed Tennessee. Like, took him to the bank and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, woo, almost 30 million at 30 years old. Jeez, like, bro.
That's his agent.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a David Mariota guy, right? Like, so I mean,
Athletes first.
yeah, he absolutely athletes first, right? Like, I mean, man, he got paid, but I mean, how can he get paid if they don't get paid, right? So
Yeah, true.
I mean, kudos to him. Kudos to really, sticking it to the Titans. It couldn't be a better team. So I'm happy for that. All right, guys. Well, the reason why we're here, all the other teams suck. Let's talk about the Texans. Again, Figgy, you're our guest. So I'll start with you. What is the most shocking pickup that Texans have got?
I gotta say, man, the Neil Hunter, man, because I was always looking at him, but for some reason I just thought that wasn't an option. I thought that was gonna be a little too expensive.
Yeah.
I thought another team like the Bears or something was just gonna throw a bunch of money at him, but to get him on that deal, that's love, man, and that's the type of stuff I think that's important to Nick Caserio and the Houston Texans, man. When you got a good team and you got good chemistry, a good head coach, you're gonna get players like that want to come here to win, and they'll take a little discount to come here and play. So kind of like how I mentioned the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier, how they got Patrick Queen for that friendly deal. I think the Houston Texans moving in a great way where they might get more players like that, more good players on team friendly deals like that. But I think the Danielle Hunter that move was to me that was the best move by far.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, especially when you have a quarterback like CJ Stroud, like you don't have to do a lot on the defensive side because you got a dog on the other side. Like he's going to do everything he can do to score. So I agree with you. Keno, what about you, brother? What do you think?
I would say the same thing. Hunter and like he said, that was very surprising for the deal he took, but we also know he's pretty much a hometown guy, so he took that discount. So man, that move right there had me so hype. I was at work. And my friend texted me. I went on Twitter, I'm working, and he texted me and I can hear it in my ears with Siri. And I was like, let's go. Like I was excited, man. Like I just know like him and Will together is going to be crazy. And then the linebacker we got from Tennessee that played with Miko and San Fran, that was a great pickup. He fly around, good guy, good character guy, leader, and he explosive on that field. And I feel like him and Harris is going to be a great duo together. and work well together. He gonna help Harris grow even more. And what's his name? Joe Mixon. That was shocking. It was shocking, but it wasn't shocking. I understood we had to do something because we missed out on Saquon, missed out on Swift, we missed out on some other guys
Everybody.
too. Pretty much
Yeah.
everybody. Even though
Yeah.
Derrick Henry was still there, but I guess we didn't want to go that route. Not sure what was going on with that. But when we made that trade for Joe, I was like, man, I like it because Joe is a hard runner. And I know some of the fans didn't like the fact that we got Joe. They feel like Joe on the decline. But what I seen in Joe like last season, when Joe Burrow went out, Joe literally they was feeding him. And he turned up. He started off slow in the season, but he turned it up when Joe Burrow went out. So that's gonna be a dog for CJ for real. That's another weapon, a great weapon for CJ. Dunk it off, get yards with the rushing. So yeah, man, I'm excited about that.
Bo, man, speak to me. What you thought?
Yeah. I don't want to say shocking, but it's interesting because throughout the whole beginning of the free agency, I guess when it started or before, even the rumors were Patrick Queen, Saquon Barkley. That's all I heard. I heard Patrick Queen, Saquon Barkley. So I'm saying, okay, that's who they tied to. Even before Mike Evans signed his deal, it was like Mike Evans rumors, Mike Evans, Patrick Queen, Saquon Barkley. So for them not to pick none of them, I guess not to go for none of them was shocking in his own instance. But as far as the player, I'm gonna have to go with Joe Mixon too, because I didn't see that. That was left field for me. I didn't expect them to go trade for Joe Mixon. They say he's used to the system, so maybe that's why they went to go grab him. I guess it's the same, similar like with Cincinnati. Not the top crop of the running backs that was, I guess, in the market that you can say top, but hey, he's still an upgrade. It's an upgrade in my opinion. So that's why I looked at these players that they signed in this free agency as upgrades. I feel like everyone they got was an upgrade to the players that we either let go or went on and got their own deal somewhere else. So I can't be mad at it. Joe Mixon can't be mad at it. He had a great season. I think it was 2021 for 1,200 some yards. We can get some of that production. Amazing. I'll take it. But it's also, in the back of your mind, you think of the running backs. You think of running backs who do their rookie deal fall off. It's a fall off a cliff. So it's like, am I expecting the world from Joe Mixon? No. Production, yes. So I'm interested to see what they do. I'm interested to see how Bobby uses him, especially since last season they kind of deviated away from the running game when they feel like it wasn't beneficial to them. I'm interested to see if it's a slow start, will they continue to build on the running game? Will they allow him to find his rhythm with his offensive line? And then we'll see what happens. But I'll take Joe Mixon as my left field signing.
I'll have to go with Joe Mixon too, right? Not only because of other players out there and his performance on the field, but his performance off the field. Like, if we know the McNairs and the history of McNairs, like, they do not want any type of bad publicity. Like, it's that Boy Scout type of player, right? Like, you have any kind of trouble, sorry, we don't want you. And for him to have all that kind of what ifs around him, and the McNairs signed off on it, I was like, wow, okay. To me, that means the McNairs like, hey, look, I don't care what you do, we need to win. Like, the window is now. Like, let's make a splash. And dude's a top 8 running back in the last 4 or 5 years. He's always been up there, number 4 in receiving. Like, I think that's the type of player we needed. So, but do we still need somebody to compliment him? Yes. I don't think Damon Pierce is that guy. So I think we need to go to the draft or maybe another free agent. But we need another person to compliment him. But yeah, I'm for a 7th round pick. Like, bro, Nick Casario out here fleecing people, man. He's a mastermind.
And then got it right back.
Yep, and not only just a 7th round pick, but they keeping that same contract. So I think that's very important because I think if he was on the market, I think he would have got a little more. So I think that's very important. That's why,
smart.
Yeah, because at the time people was like, "Why you trading for him? He was going to be released anyway." But I think when teams do that, they do it to get the person first because if he on the market, he might go somewhere else.
Exactly.
And 2, you could keep that contract. So I think it was important they traded that, and it was only a 7th round pick. So I think it was good.
And I think it's what
Yeah.
2025, right? It's not even this year's pick. I think it's next year's, correct?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
who
don't think
cares?
yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just
Like,
7 round, right?
yeah, when I hear
Like,
7 round, I
right,
don't care what
yeah,
year it is.
yeah.
Take your
We're,
7
we're
round,
not
keep it
looking.
going. But
We're not looking for a Brock Purdy. Like, we're good.
exactly.
Yeah,
But also with the whole like even Nick Casario, like I guess Nick Casario like having the wherewithal to snatch up Danielle Hunter after seeing the news that the Colts were interested. Because I feel like that's big time. Because why would you let him go to the Colts knowing you had to see them twice a year and you already got there with DeForest Buckner? Amazing pickup, Nick. So I give him kudos for that.
Yeah, and you know that we have Mixon kind of fresh on the brain. Figgy, let me ask you a question. A lot of people are upset with your boy John and my boy John Lopez with his comments about Singletary being better than Joe Mixon. So
yeah,
what's your thoughts? Were you kind of like, whoa, hold up, John, what are you talking about? Or were you know?
yeah. I think like I don't know if he meant that for real. I think he was still a little disappointed that we didn't get like Saquon or Josh Jacobs or somebody like that. But nah, Joe Mixon is better than Singletary, man. If he wasn't, they would have re-signed Singletary.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely
yeah,
right.
yeah. So no, Joe Mixon, he was putting in work, and mind you, Cincinnati ain't had the best offensive line either.
Exactly.
So
That's true.
he was still putting up his numbers. So
Well,
Joe Mixon, put some respect on Joe Mixon name.
well, a lot of people forget to remember too that Cincinnati defense is not that good. I mean, it was good when they went to the Super Bowl, but the years past and last year kind of fell off. And so when you're playing from behind or a tied game, you can't run the ball. You got to throw it. So now that he's playing on offense that you can run the ball, you're going to be up because you got a quarterback in the offensive scheme like the Texans have. The only thing is up, right? Like that's the thing you have to work. And everybody's like, "Oh, the offensive line." Guys, we were playing with third string and fourth string starters last year. Like we have not seen the potential of this offensive line. So before we start, deeming this as the worst offensive line this year, like we got to see. I need Kenyon Green to step up or ship out. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, man, but look, this team got me so hyped. Like it has to be A+ everywhere. So I don't know,
A
but
plus effort.
right for real, like stay on the best ability is availability, right? Like stay on the field. I don't care if you suck, just stay on the field and suck. Like you got to see the field, man. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
big,
But
go ahead.
yeah, I want to ask Figgy, knowing that we know now that Joe Mixon is on the Texans, I felt like before when Devin Singletary left, I felt like that was going to be a high need in the draft. Where do you see them? Do you even see them taking a running back in this draft?
I can see it. I can see them taking the running back. Probably not the first round, but I can see them taking the running back. Me personally, I think they need to take that position a little more serious, man, because I think it's nothing wrong with having a real legit committee. So you got
Yep.
Joe Mixon. It's we'll see how Damian Pierce is. Maybe he will have a bounce back year. But it's nothing wrong getting another running back. I would be fine with signing another one. Just kind of see, because look at Baltimore, man.
Exactly.
Them dudes always had like 4 running backs, and they always they always doing their thing. So
Okay.
I don't think you should look at Joe Mixon as like just a workhorse, because ain't a lot
Gotcha.
of Derrick Henrys, ain't a lot of Nick Chubbs. It's only a couple of them, but I think if you get another running back and kind of go back and forth, use them at the right time, I
Mm-hmm.
think I think you could preserve. I think you could do some damage. You won't. You ain't got to worry about Joe Mixon falling off at the end of the year or injuries and stuff like that. You could just plug
Right.
somebody in and they can do their thing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I was about
What
to
you
say,
think,
like
Matt? Yeah.
the Texans in history, like we always been a beat up team, right? We always got injuries,
Yes.
no matter what.
Yes.
So it's always good to have that depth. I mean, we learned that offensive line, like we have to have that depth because we don't have that depth. And Joe Mixon goes down, like who's going to be the backup? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah, and you kind of seen it back in the day with Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller was good. I thought he was
Yes.
solid, but that year he got hurt, and
Yep.
like Alfred Blue can't do can't do all
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
man.
Old Blue couldn't get nothing done.
Yeah,
Yeah. I remember
yeah,
that.
well,
yeah. Tyler Irvin,
Yeah. I
he
remember that.
can't do all that. But if you
Yeah.
had like a solid number two who can step in, because even looking at the Browns from last season, Nick Chubb got hurt, and yeah, they
Yep.
fell off because of course you can't replace Nick Chubb, but they did have somebody there that kind of stepped right in at the right time. So I think it's I think it's fair. I think it's normal to have another running back. Look at it like cornerbacks. You can't just
Gotcha.
get two cornerbacks and feel like you good. Like just keep
Yeah.
drafting them whenever you can. If you got a good one, draft them, and then that way, it's easy. You can easily replace them. When the
Hmm.
time is right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ken, I want to ask you a question.
Mhm.
After all well, I guess not all, but the free agents that we have now, is there anybody out there else that you think they should go get?
I want Armstead. I mean, we
Okay.
traded Malik. I felt like that was for a reason, and I really want to go get
Okay.
Armstead. I do want a safety, Diggs from the Seahawks. I know I would
Okay.
like Simmons, but apparently he wants too much, so I don't see that happening for us. But I do want us to get a safety and get Armstead. Man, we get Armstead, that D line gonna be it's good. It's crazy
Nasty.
right now, honestly. But
Yeah.
just imagine we get him. It's gonna boost it up another level, and it's just gonna help the back end, like for real, for real. The linebackers and the
Hmm.
safeties and corners. It's gonna help the whole defense. So I really, really hope we can get that done soon.
Okay. I'm asking you the same question, Matt.
Yeah, like I have to agree. It's Armstead, like right, like that's the guy. That's the D'Amico guy. That's the guy who can fit the defensive tackle spot and just make that line. Oh, bro, it has to be the best line in NFL history. Like I couldn't see another line that dirty, right? So you have to go get Armstead.
Now, is he a free agent, or would that be the same thing as trading for him? We have to trade for Armstead.
He got released.
He
He
got
got
released
released.
completely. So this would
Yeah.
be a free agent, money on the table, how much he
Hmm.
want type deal. And I believe maybe it was wrong, but I saw a little post that said 21 million. I think that's what's left for the cap so far. Can that be
So
done?
Is it 21 and 26?
Is it 26? I don't know. I think I saw 21, but maybe it is
Okay,
26.
you're probably right.
But
I thought I
can
saw
that be
well,
26
done?
yesterday.
And we get with what we have left, you think it's gonna be enough to get Armstead?
if anybody can do it, it's Nick, right? Like that the dude's a mastermind when it comes to contracts. So like if anybody can get it done, it's Nick Cassero. Last I seen, three teams are in talks with him, and it's the Texans, Titans,
Mhm.
and Bills. Like he don't need to go any of those teams. He's Houston, like not,
Yeah.
you know.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
also apparently to Matt Bowers from the Athletic in San Francisco, they had a deal done to send Malik Collins to San Francisco
Mm.
for Armstead.
Yes, for Armstead, but it fell through. I did see that.
Yes,
Yes, I did see that.
when Hunter when we made the move for Hunter, they're like, yeah,
Okay.
we're out. That's not happening. So we just send
Okay. Well,
Collins.
and even with the Eric Armstead thing, yes, it would be nice to have him. But if you can't get him, I say that first pick might have to go D tackle. Might have to go D tackle, interior defensive lineman, shore up that defense. Like you said, you lost Rankins and Malik Collins. For me, I feel like they did a good job anchoring it. I feel like the guys that they did get with Hunter, Archery, and we still have Will, they're mostly in guys. They're not really interior defensive guys. And as we know, D'Amico says all the time, he wants interior guys that's going to stop, the interior people is going, the D line is going to, set the tone for the defense. So maybe they go defensive line with the first pick.
I mean, honestly, if Newton or Murphy's there,
Take him.
I think yeah, you still got even if you got Armstead on the team, I still think you take him because Nico likes to rotate guys. So why not have some fresh rookies to learn and also
Mhm.
make some plays when they're in there? Figgy, what do you what do you think? Who's somebody that you would like to see that's still out there?
Somebody I want to see in free agency.
Yeah, let's go out there.
I want them to get a receiver, man. I know. I think the Texans are probably going to go a little more offense in the draft. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't get like a big time receiver in free agency. But I do want them to get somebody else in receiver because I love Nico Collins. He had a great year, but I think to me, I felt like we was missing a little something else, man.
Yep.
I like Noah Brown too. We resigned him, but I don't think that's the answer, man. I don't want us to run it back with this receiving core. I think we need a little extra somebody that could stretch the field, man. Somebody in the slot too. So I think maybe I don't know if did Mooney sign already? I can't remember.
Yeah.
He signed already. Okay.
With the Falcons, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Would
So,
you
well,
saying that?
Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah. Would you saying that, Figgy? Now, okay. There's a guy in Cincinnati who requested trade. Are you willing to trade for T. Higgins?
No.
Oh,
This is why, man. Like, I don't want to give up a first round pick. I don't know if he's gonna cost that much, but I'm totally against giving up picks and paying the person.
Gotcha.
I just think that's a little too much. You've seen it with the Giants with Brian Burns. They gave up them picks, second and a fifth or something like that, and they had to pay him a boatload of money. So I wouldn't do that. But somebody like a Tyler Boyd, like I would be on board with that, man.
100 Renfro.
Renfro, yeah, I think that'd be dope too. I just wasn't. I felt like the receiving position last season was a little disappointing, man. I know Mech. It was technically Mechie's first year, but like I don't want to not grab a receiver depending on Mechie.
No, it was bad, man. Like when you up in the morning watching the injury list and trying to see what receivers you gonna have.
Yeah,
that was a tough season, man.
Yeah,
and that Nico play because Tank not there no more. Is Nico there? Is Nico there? Is Noah Brown gonna play?
Yeah, and that Jets game, I went to that Jets game. And when Nico went out, that was rough, man.
That was it. That was the game.
Nobody could get open.
Yeah.
At that point,
or catch the ball. I mean, there were so many balls that were right in the
Yeah.
hands, man. Like,
Yeah.
Robert Woods.
I know a lot of people was making the excuse of the weather condition, the turf, but shoot, Zach Wilson looked great.
Exactly.
Zach
Wilson was catching everything.
Yeah.
He was catching everything. It was insane.
Yeah.
So, Figgy, I know you said you wouldn't want to trade T. Higgins. You don't want to trade for a first round. But after all these moves, and Nico's pretty much saying, or not Nick, but Nick is pretty much saying, fuck it, we're going to the Super Bowl. You wouldn't take Brandon Ayuk for a first round?
Brandon Ayuk, not for a first round pick. And I think I love Ayuk too, by the way. But I kind of look at him as the same tier as like a Nico Collins.
Okay.
So you'll be kind of getting a little Nico Collins. Now, if we're talking about Jefferson, who could be traded.
Oh, you got to trade like 3 first rounds for him.
I know.
He gonna ask for everything.
Yeah, that would be tough, man. I wouldn't get 3 first round picks, but I would do a 1 and a 3 and maybe a 3 next year or something. I would try to figure it out, but that somebody like that, I feel like it's worth it, man, because he's gonna be your clear number 1. You can still have Nico, and that's a scary offense.
Well, I mean, and Justin Jefferson, I know no knock to Ayuk because I mean Ayuk is a great receiver, but Justin Jefferson is like top tier. Like he's gonna be one of the generational receivers when it's all said and done. He's gonna be up there with Terrell Owens. He's gonna be up there with Randy Moss. Now you pair him with, I mean, look what he's doing. Again, no knock to Kirk Cousins, but imagine if you had CJ Stroud there in Minnesota, bro. Like he's breaking records. So I might be for two first round picks and a third or something
I will say this though, if they did do that, I don't think the Texans gonna be bad. So those first round picks might be 32,
might be
31,
late first round picks.
25
and below.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think
yeah,
it would definitely be worth it. And if you do something like that, it's definitely Super Bowl, Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're
so with
making a
that being
statement,
said,
right? I mean, you're making a
yeah,
statement. So
yeah,
go ahead.
it's not like the Raiders getting Devontae Adams.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so if you get Jefferson, you got to go get into the Super Bowl, not just making the playoffs or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to ask Ken. I'm gonna ask you a question, Ken. Like, okay, so they're talking about these receivers and bringing in the top tier name. Whether if you do get Justin Jefferson, I feel like everyone is slowly pushing Nico to be the one. Ken, do you think if they bring in the receiver, does that lower his confidence, and do we lose that production we had last season? Because I'm sure Nico wants to be number one, right?
Yeah. See, here's the thing with me, how I feel about the Nico situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. He can be a wide receiver one, but I still feel like he has more to prove to really stamp that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That name. You know what I'm saying? That logo on him to be wide receiver
Yeah.
one. I do want another receiver, and if it's Justin Jefferson, I don't care what happened with Nico. Like if we go trade Nico for Justin Jefferson, I'll do that. But honestly, as far as knocking his confidence, I don't think it will because his mindset, the interview he just had, and I really love what he said. He like, I still feel like I gotta prove something. He like, if the
Okay.
Texans wanna pay me right now, cool. If they don't, I still feel like I got something to prove. So I like that from him, and I believe even if we did go get another receiver, whether it's a T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, I still feel like Nico's still gonna do what he did last year as long as he's on the field because we got number 7 at quarterback. So
Right.
Got you.
honestly,
Okay.
so yeah, and I'm hoping for the same production from him. I'm hoping he take it up a notch. I don't wish no bad on him. I just know I want to see consistency and I want to see him on the field because if that happens, then he can do what he did last year or more. So
Right.
yeah.
So
Got you.
here's a question to the whole room.
Mm-hmm.
All the sources, believe them or not, but they said that Nick is not sold on the 23rd, maybe trading up or whatnot. How would you be opposed of trading up to the 4th round pick to get Marvin Harrison Jr. or nah,
The fourth overall pick. Ooh, what would that look
nah,
like? The 23rd, the second, the third, the fourth.
And
Can
What would
I
it
say
cost to get the
something?
fourth overall pick?
that's gonna be expensive, man. Because
right.
look how much it costs to go from what 12 to
Yes,
3.
to
Right.
three.
Yeah,
But like you
That's a
said,
lot.
everybody thinks Marvin Harrison's going to be that dude, right? Like, I mean, again, if it does become that dude, uh, we're talking the same thing. We're talking Jefferson.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Exactly.
30, a 31 pick. Hopefully a 32nd pick. Like, come on, man. Like we need
Yeah,
to see
for real.
that championship, bro. Like, so I mean,
This is
I
my
would
thing
be
with
mad
Marvin
at it,
Harrison. I feel like because he's had so many injuries in college, I don't think I want Marvin Harrison Jr. I get it. It's the Ohio State connection. I understand. But I feel like hopefully he does have a good career in the NFL, but I think he's had some injuries in college. So like why do that? Why do that? Especially because Houston Texas, like you said, Texas, we already be burdened with injuries as it is. I would hate for
Mm-hmm.
us to get
Yeah,
a Marvin Harrison Jr. over here and he can't play at all.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Ready to go get
Especially if you
Justin
trade,
Jefferson.
if you move all that, move them assets, move all what your collateral you had, capital you
Mm-hmm.
had, I would hate to see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would hate to see that.
Biggie, you against it?
it's a little too steep for me, man. Because at least
You
with Justin
fold, huh?
Jefferson, yeah, at least with Justin Jefferson, you know what the
You know
hell
what
you
you're getting.
getting.
Yep.
Yeah, you know why you here. Let's go out and get that Super Bowl. But with Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he's gonna be pretty good. But it's a lot of hoping, man.
Right.
So I would be scared to do that. That's a little too steep. If they were like at 12, then I would
Yeah.
consider that. But
Yeah.
23, man, they gonna want a king's ransom for that
They don't
one,
want
man.
to. Yes, they
Mm-hmm.
are.
Because
Your brat.
you thinking about whoever at 4, they go from being at 4 to being at 23.
They
It's
want
like,
everything.
nah, yeah, I want next year, the year after that,
Mm-hmm.
and the year after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all because your Browns had to be good last year, Figgy. If they, they
Your
couldn't
Browns
suck
had
it
to
up.
be
Yeah,
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, hey,
exactly.
It's
shout,
all their
They
fault.
couldn't take a
yeah,
back seat.
hey,
Terrible.
shout out to Joe Flacco who just signed with the Colts too. So
Yeah,
Yes, he with the coach.
yeah.
So,
Hopefully,
so
hopefully
I'm sure
AR
we'll
plays
see
the
him a
whole
lot.
season. Yeah, I was about to say, hopefully AR plays the whole season, so we'll have to see him again.
yeah,
Because he had his career game against us with the Browns.
Nah,
So
bring him back. I hope he do
Bring
play.
him back. He said, bring him back.
I hope
yeah.
he do
Hey,
play.
hopefully it's playoff Joe, the one
yeah,
that was
Yeah,
with the
for real.
Browns.
yeah.
Hey,
I'll take that performance. Before we jump into the Who is Figgy Fig segment, guys, I want to get y'all's grades of this this free agency so far. Figgy, I'll start with you. What is, if you had to grade them, what's your grade?
I'm gonna say it's a solid B plus, man. I'm gonna give it a B plus because I think the Daniil Hunter signing boosted up a lot, man. I thought that was a
Yes, it
really good
is.
signing for that price. If they would have got a running back on day one, I probably would have said A plus. But it seemed like they kind of got the 6 or 7 option, so, which I'm not mad at. I think Joe Mixon is good, but just the Daniil Hunter, I think, and we talked about the other guys they got, the linebacker.
Yeah.
I think it was a solid B plus, man. It wasn't nothing too. I think the Daniil Hunter one was the flashiest one, but I think these was all under the radar, good, solid pickups. That's people might not be bragging about it now, but when the season start, when we in the season, people gonna be like, oh, that was a good pickup for that price too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna be one. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be one of those. So I give it a B plus.
All right,
Okay.
Ken, what about you, brother? What you get?
so let me start off by saying this. I need to apologize to Nick Casario because on Monday I was livid. I was pissed. I was mad. I was so bad. Like I had a bad day that day. But the next day was a great day, and it was just like, man, all right. I see what you're doing. I'm mad we didn't get Saquon because
Yeah.
that's really why I was mad. I was mad we didn't get Saquon and Christian Wilkins. But I would give it a A. The reason I'm gonna give it an A because we thought on Monday we thought he wasn't gonna do what we know he needs to do by getting players
Mm-hmm.
on this team
Right.
and let's go because we got CJ on the rookie contract. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the
Absolutely.
next day he showed that it's like, all right, he owns something. He trying to get it done. He trying
He's
to beef
cooking.
up his team,
Right.
beef up this defense, and let's get it rolling. So yeah, I'll give it an A, and hopefully we continue to build on that.
All right, Mr.
Yes.
Bo, speak to me, brother.
Yeah. I'm having my disclaimer too, because I've learned like last year taught me everything I need to know. Last year I was upset with him too because he did the same thing. Day one he's quiet. You like, what you doing, Nick? And day two he come out, he just deals everywhere, just deals falling off the wall. So as a just a team, without Nick Casario, without the Nick curve, I'm gonna give him a B minus. But with the Nick curve, understanding what he does, understanding he takes a day away, he sits back, he looks at the market, he sees, okay, this guy's getting this guy's getting that. This is what the market is. Cool. Let me start making my calls. I'm gonna give him an A minus. So I'm gonna give Nick Casario A minus. It's because I know the way he works, his mindset is he's a day two assassin. Day one, he's just coach come out the scene, looking at every team. Okay, you think he's worth that? He not, but I'm gonna let you live. So day two, I'm finna come in, boom. I'm giving you this, I'm giving you that, I'm giving you this. So I'll give him an A minus. Give him an A minus.
Again, I'm gonna have to do the disclaimer too, but mine ain't too for Nick Casario because I did have faith in Nick Casario. Mine is to these crazy ass Texans fans, bro. y'all with y'all's temple. Look, I'm gonna say it right now. I am team Dylan Horton, and when they dropped the news that this man beat stage 4 Hoskins lymphoma, and they're like, oh, they only released it because we suck at free agency. Like, bro, guys.
Yeah.
Take off your Tim Foil hat. Like, it's not a conspiracy theory. Like,
Hey,
bro,
man, look. I gotta say, I was that person that said that
These I was that
in the
person.
group text. So
hey, at least
I'll
you
take
admit
that
it, bro.
seriously.
At least you admit it, bro.
I'm sorry,
At least
Nick.
at least you admit it. But like,
Yeah.
bro, give the man the flowers, and you're like, no, like some of them said, oh, he should have died. Like, bro, chill out. It's just football, guys. Like,
Yes,
man,
yeah.
whoop,
Relax.
whoop,
Everybody take a
dog.
break. Take a
Yes.
break.
But going to the grade, like, if we by some miracle we get Armstead, it's an A+ for me. Like, it's
That's going to boost that grade.
yeah, A+.
That's extra credit. That's what we call extra credit right there.
Right. That's giving the teacher a blowjob underneath the table right there. Like, bro. But right now it's A-. Like it's a solid A-, because we didn't overspend. Nick Casario stayed true to his guns. Like, he went for a Patrick Queen. He wanted too much. Then he got Azir from the Titans. Like, the dude stayed to his core values. Everybody hates it, but he stayed the Patriot way.
Yeah, that's brand. That's his brand. Yep.
It works, right? Don't hack it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
So I'm good with it. So, any other thoughts before we move on to the next segment? No. All right. Well, Figgy, you're the man of the hour, so we're gonna ask you a couple questions. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
All right, Bo, I'll start with you, brother. You got a question for Mr. Figgy Fig?
Yeah. Basically pertaining to last season, because I know you do the tailgating. Was there one game out of all the games you tailgated? Which one was, I guess, your favorite? Do you have a favorite one, or do you feel like they all run the same to you?
My favorite one, I had a couple favorite ones, to be honest. My first favorite one was the first home game against the Colts, because it was just so electric, man. Like, y'all know how it was the last couple years, where you had COVID, and then after that, it was nobody really out there. It was dead. It was so empty. We were struggling. We made it fun, but we were struggling out there just trying to find good tailgaters and stuff like that. The loyal ones was out there, but it was a struggle. But that first game, man, you had Calvin there and Hanneman there out there, man. So it was just so packed and overwhelming, and I haven't felt that since 2019, since that playoff game. So that one's one of my favorite ones. The other one, I love the Browns game, the playoff Browns game.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah, it was so packed, and it's crazy because it was a bunch of Browns people in the lots, but when you went inside, it was like nothing but Texans fans. So I'm like, did y'all not get no tickets to the game? So, which I was super fine with, because it's like, because a lot of people, and we've been seeing the past couple of years, is you have season ticket holders who sell their tickets to opposing teams, and that's why whenever we have a home game, it's like the other crowd is louder than the home crowd, because they sold their tickets to Kansas City Chiefs fans or Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Eagles, right?
Eagles, yeah. So this time I'm glad they didn't do that, and I was telling people, like, hey, if you can't make it to the game, sell your ticket to another Houston Texans fan. Yep. Yeah, don't sell it to a Browns fan. Like, nah, they figure that they could buy them high ass tickets.
Fuck them.
They figure it out. Yeah, look out for it, because we need that place loud, and that place was so loud, man. So that was one of my favorite games. But it was overall, man, it was a good season for tailgating, man. It was a blast.
Okay, cool. And also, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, before I was gonna say, I'll let you ask another one. Since you were at that Browns game, what's your thoughts on that Browns podcast or show, whatever, that was highlighted by Pat McAfee that said
that Ultimate Cleveland show?
Yeah, it was nothing but fake fan volume, that it was empty. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I don't want to crap all over that show, because one of the guys on there I used to work with, Adam the Bull. Okay. So I used to work with him up in Cleveland. So he's a good guy, but I'm just like, man, come on, man. What is y'all talking about, man? Yeah. Like y'all over there in Cleveland, Ohio, talking about what's going on in NRG Stadium, man. And if they've been there, how we been there, they would know that it was no fake crowd noise, because we could have used that fake crowd noise a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that, man. And that's how NRG Stadium is supposed to be, man. That's how it was back back when Andre and Matt Shaw back in those
Mhm.
days, in the good days. That's how it was then, and that's how it's gonna be now. So Cleveland, I love my city, man, but sometimes, man, I think they do stuff like that to cope with the loss because
Yeah, yeah.
it was a bad loss for them. I know they was playing with house money, but that was a bad loss for them. So they just trying to come up with any excuse, man. That was a rough look.
Oh, my bad,
I'm
bro. I didn't
telling
mean
you,
to
I'm
cut you
telling
off.
you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you good. I'm telling you, I was there, bro, and it was loud. People was on their feet, loud.
Yeah,
Every sector of the stadium, every section on their feet, going crazy. Especially when that
man.
pig stick happened,
Yeah,
insane,
man.
Which one?
insane.
My Apple Watch kept going off, man. It went off like 80 times. I'm just like, man, how do you cut the setting off? So no, it was loud in
Yeah,
there, man.
okay. Okay. And my last question was because you like you said you've been around them, the Texans when it was, I guess we call it the dark ages around here. When did you know it clicked? The culture shifted. When did you know that everything changed? It's been the new foundations has been laid. When did you know and see the energy change?
To be honest, I knew we was in on something when they hired D'Amico Ryans and they
Okay,
had that press conference. Because
gotcha.
I actually went to that press conference and it felt like it was a movie premiere, man. It was like a movie premiere mixed with like a class reunion. So
Mm,
they had the red carpet out there. They invited everybody out there. I seen Trey the Truth. I seen Bun B and all these former Texans. I think
hmm.
Glover Quinn was there, and he ain't
Yep.
been in the building since he been traded.
Gotcha.
So it was just like a class reunion, man. And I'm just like, man, I think I leaned over to somebody. I think it might have been like Wade Smith or something, but I was like, man, this feel different, man. Because I think the last press conference they had, I think the Lovey Smith one, I wasn't at that one,
Hmm.
but that was just kind of a normal, regular press
Gotcha. Normal
conference.
day.
and and then the Cully press conference was super weird because people ain't know who the hell he
Yeah, they know he
was.
was. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, man, this guy, like, he talking about he said he didn't even have an agent before before when they came up to him. He had to hire an agent. So that's how you know he wasn't trying to be a head coach.
Yeah.
So that whole vibe was weird. You could tell he wasn't calling the shots. So that was just super strange. But the D'Amico, when that press conference, I was like, man, and you can ask Crenshaw too, because he was there.
Yep.
Mhm.
I actually told him about it and had him go up there. But it was something different, man. I never seen a press conference like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all mine, Matt. All my questions.
Keno, you got any questions for Figgy Fig?
Yes, sir. I would like to ask, what game are you most excited for next year besides the division? What games are you excited for?
What games?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
What
trying to say
matchups?
matchup. I'm trying to think who they play, man. I ain't look at the schedule at all.
We got the
I,
Cowboys.
You
We
got that
got
I,
whole division.
I would
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
probably.
yeah.
That's it right there. I would say the Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys.
I,
Okay.
I, I, I wish they was playing in Houston, man. It seemed like every
Yeah.
time they play, it's always
Yeah,
in
it's in
in
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yep. Yep.
So I
That's
wish it
Yeah.
true.
was. I wish it was in Houston, but I
Yeah.
actually might try to go up to that game just to
That's what I'm gonna try to
kind of
do
fill it
too.
out. Yeah, because I've never been to Jerry's World, so I kind of
Okay.
want to go just fill it out. And plus, I think it's funny because I talk to a lot of Cowboy fans too, and they, their pain. I ain't got to go through their pain, but a lot of them be like, man, y'all got somebody in C.J. Stroud, man.
Yes,
Hmm.
Yeah,
they
they
finally
all say that,
acknowledging
man.
they acknowledging us
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I wasn't no Cowboys fan and nothing like that, but they always be like, man, we got somebody, y'all got somebody in CJ Stroud, man. You could tell they look a little sad about it
Yeah, they
too,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
all day long, man, I feel like Cowboys and Texans fans just go back and forth, like, man,
yeah.
y'all ain't win nothing, and what do y'all ever win? But when it comes to
Yep.
CJ Stroud, man,
They
it's like y'all
quiet.
got y'all got to mute up. Y'all got to mute
Hmm.
up on this one.
It's crazy because
And-
I'm
and-
married to a Cowboys fan. My
oh
wife is a
man,
Cowboys fan, so but she more realistic though, and I'm glad she is. She not one of them Cowboys
Yeah,
fans
yeah,
that
yeah,
got
yeah,
high
yeah,
We
yeah.
them
expectations, and
boys
we
fans.
going to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl every year. Like she like, come on, show me what y'all gonna do. Like prove me
yeah,
wrong. Like she one of those. So I'm glad she
yeah.
is.
Figgy, you know what the best thing about Dallas is, right?
What?
I-45 South.
I-40.
45. So
Yeah, I-45 South, the way to get to Houston. That's the only good thing
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the only good thing about Dallas.
Yeah.
And of course, Bo. Bo lives out that way, but
yeah. I'm at DFW. I'm telling you, them Cowboys fans, they inseparable, bro. Them boys, they do not stop talking. But like you said, when I bring up CJ Stroud, they be like, y'all
Yeah,
got it. Y'all got it.
it's funny when I first moved down here. I seen a cow. I see Cowboys fans everywhere, but I was working an event and I seen one, and for some reason I just looked at her because she was like Cowboys out, and she was like it was like in the little shopping center or something. So I'm thinking like, damn, like ain't no game going on. Like you got all that Cowboy stuff on, and your car looking like a Cowboys vehicle. And I was just kind of looking like like I said, I didn't hate the Cowboys, but they weren't my team. And she was
right.
like, "What you looking at? What you got a problem or something?" And I'm just like, "Why you acting like I don't get two flips about the Cowboys."
They
Like
proud of them,
salute,
man. I'm telling you.
Look,
yeah.
they
I'm just
gotta be
like, dang,
defensive. They gotta be defensive. Everybody talk
yeah,
all that smack, so they gotta be ready.
yeah.
They
I'm
gotta
like,
be
I,
ready. Yeah, they definitely on guard. Every day they on guard.
yeah. I'm like, I don't want no smoke. I'm like, honestly, I wish ESPN stopped talking about y'all asses.
Yeah,
For
stop
real.
That's what
boosting
make
them
me
all
why I
the
Yeah,
like
time. That's
y'all.
a fact.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
That's a fact.
especially I can't think of his name now. The crazy white dude on first,
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
he
Yeah,
be getting them
yeah.
on pause moments, bro. Like the
The
other
whole
day,
show is Cowboys. Cowboys and LeBron, the whole show.
yep.
the other day he tweeted all in my ass. I was like, whoa, pause, bro,
He put the cover
pause.
in that
Like,
bud.
Yeah.
That's
He
funny.
put the
golly,
cover in
man.
that bud, try
That's
to
funny.
make sure, but
Damn.
he knew what he was doing.
Well, big guy,
Exactly. He be knowing. He be knowing, bro.
I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
You do the tailgates an amazing job at it, but you also been working with the Houston Rodeo livestock. So which one's more entertaining? Is it the tailgating or is it working with the rodeo?
I got to say the tailgate, man. I think the tailgating is so amazing because they used to tailgate in Cleveland, but I never was a tailgater like that.
Right.
But just being down here and seeing how important it is to people in Texas, just every Sunday, every home game, all their family get together. They spend a lot of money on food, drinks, and all that stuff. How it's really just like a fellowship, man. And I'm just like, man. And when I talk to people, it's like I never met like a new tailgater. It's always somebody that said, "We've been here since the
Yeah,
beginning.
the original. Yeah, an
We
OG.
yeah, we've been here since '05. We've been here for 15 years, 20
Mm-hmm.
years." So it's always that, and it really showed. I really appreciate the tailgaters, especially in the, I want to say 2022. That was the last bad season,
Gotcha.
and they were still out there, man. You had some of the diehards that were still out there. They were disappointed with the team, but they were still out there. Like, man, no matter what happens in there, man, we still gonna tailgate. This is our thing. My dad been doing it. He
Mm-hmm.
he he went on to be with the Lord, so we carrying on in
Keeping it
this.
on. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh, somebody in here from the tailgaters, the Big H. They actually won the tailgater of the year
Okay. Shout out to
last year.
them.
Yeah, so people like that, man, make me love my job a lot, man. It's
Gotcha.
just being around fans, being around family, and all that stuff, having a good time. It's fun.
Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. And my second one has to be it was that when we swept the Titans at home and Hannah McNair came out there and asked you about have you seen somebody with some brooms? That had to be staged, right, bro? Like that had to be
Yeah.
set up, right?
And so what happened? Yeah. So what happened was I was sitting there and the game was over, and usually the coaches walk out and they go to the locker rooms and all that stuff. And I want to say I missed it might have been Kasiri, I can't remember. But I had my phone now just kind of getting content and all that stuff. And so that's why the camera wasn't even on her. And then all I heard was, "Hey Figgy." And I'm like, "What up?" And she said, "You see anybody around here sweeping lately?" And I thought she was dead serious. I didn't catch the joke at first.
Yeah.
And then when she got closer, she was doing a little sweep. And I'm like, oh, I got you. I got you. So yeah, nah, man, I got to know Hannah Monair a lot, man. She is super competitive. I'll tell you. So, the Titans is one of the teams she always want to beat. So because the history is there, like we ain't got to talk about the history, but
Right.
that's a team she never want to lose to, and so us sweeping the Titans like that, us beating the Browns, that brought a big joy to her.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And, I kind of like that. I think the fan base after the last couple years, we need somebody like that, man.
Yes. Yes.
I was gonna say, you know, and people can call me a hater. I don't care. My love for Hannah grew when Deshaun Watson came in to shake their hands, and she did the whole kiss my ass, turn her back towards I was like, yes, see, Cal, that's what you're supposed to be doing, bro. Like, don't be shaking that motherfucker's hand. Fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Like, go Hannah. Like, yeah. So ever since then.
Yeah, I think as a fan, it's great to see like the owners and the front office like show as much passion as a fan does, because it makes us want to cheer more and go crazy more. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's funny too because like I said, Hannah is a competitor, and we all know D'Amico probably should have won Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, exactly.
I think so. At first, I thought Stefanski, should have had it, but when I seen how the votings went, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, like if it was that close, I think it should have been D'Amico. But when I want to say after the NFL awards, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, it was a good night for the Texans. I'm like, that was a real good night. We y'all should be excited. And she hit me back up and said, man, we were robbed. We were robbed. D'Amico should have been Coach of the Year.
Exactly.
The NFL just mad because we fleeced the Browns. So I do that but laugh. And she said that a couple times too. So I'm like, man, maybe she knows something I don't know. but yeah, she felt like D'Amico was robbed because and the NFL wanted to give them the Coach of the Year because they got fleeced. So I just like that competitive spirit from her, man, and that's what you need in the ownership, man. Because for the years, a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, they don't want to spend money, they cheap and all. They only care about making money and all that stuff." Nah, they want to win. And if you look at Cal paying the last couple coaches like that after one and done's, that money coming out of his pocket. So he ain't doing that just for the hell of it. He want to win. And I think they on the right track now.
And especially him throwing up the H like on your post on your picture, like
yeah,
you couldn't ask any better, right? So
yeah.
any other questions before we end the show, fellas?
No, I'm good. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much coming
on.
You
got one?
You got another one? No, I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah. Keno, you got another one?
No, I'm good.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Well, in the wise words of our boy Crenshaw, this is the terrible part of the show because it's the end. Figgy, man, why don't you tell everybody where we can find you on social media and what you got cooking so that way we can support you?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at TheFiggyFig, Twitter at TheFiggyFig. I'm always doing stuff right now. Like I said, I'm at Daily Sports Club. They got Wednesday night steak night. I'm gonna probably post some pictures on Instagram after this, but I'm always doing something, man. Just follow me on Instagram, and yeah, man, let's go Texas, man. I need some more. I need some more moves.
You cannot end the show without telling them about the greatest music podcast there is, bro. Come on, man. Tell them where else they can find it.
You say about the my podcast?
Yeah, the music podcast. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Yeah. So I also do a little podcast called the Gyms and Juice Podcast. We record every Friday night. It's pretty much like how y'all got y'all set up, man. It's just me and my boy Ryan Rocket. We talk a lot of hip hop, sports, and just random nerd stuff. Sometimes we dip off into video game stuff and stuff from back in the day. So we just have a good time. You can check us out. You could subscribe to the to the Gyms and Juice podcast on YouTube. And yeah, man, I'm like I said, man, I'm always doing something, man. So I actually forgot I was doing that podcast, but yeah, so yeah, man, just hit me up, man, and yeah, man, let's go.
All right. Again, thanks for coming on. It's always a fun time when you come on. So,
Yes, sir.
Kendall,
Appreciate y'all.
where can we find you at?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Kenneth the Messenger, like the name on the screen, Kenneth the Messenger, Twitter Messenger _Keno, and YouTube, Kenneth the Messenger. I do a little music, gospel music, positive music. Y'all can, check out some of my music. And as always, go Texans, man. I'm very excited, y'all. We finna rock and roll this next season. Let's go Texans.
All right, Mr. Bo Diggity.
Oh yeah, y'all know, man. On all socials, all platforms, Bo Diggity 713.
Don't let this man be generous. The best Texans TikToker there is, Mr. Bo Diggity 713.
Thank y'all for going to watch the content. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You can find our boy Mr. Crenshaw. He always has some good stuff on Twitter at Fifth Word Crenshaw. You can find me at A1 Day One Texans, and of course, man, subscribe to YouTube and share the Texans fan battle everywhere on social media. Help us grow. And Figgy, before we get out of here, how do you like your steak?
I like it medium, man. Medium.
Okay. So you're not weirdo like Crenshaw and like it burnt.
But no, I will say this: I do like a little char, like a little grill char type deal.
Yeah.
But not. I don't need a rubber
Not
tire.
beef jerky.
Man.
You don't like beef jerky, right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't need a rubber tire, leather jacket, man.
Crenshaw don't like it well done. He like it. He like it. Job is finished. He don't like it well done. He's like, you get a promotion.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he's a barbarian, man.
But we love him. But other than that, guys, we out. Have a good week. We'll talk to you later.
Yo, check it out, we reppin' for the Texans. Put it in, Crenshaw Bridge, we flexin'.